Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a review on the MAC Studio Waterweight SPF 30 foundation. Now, this is a light coverage foundation, and before I get into the review, I'm going to be inserting like live clips of me applying it and the steps that I do. Not all the steps are necessary. I do have really oily skin, so for something that is, nourishing for the skin like this is and lightweight, I want to do the extra precautions to make sure that the oil isn't going to come through and to make sure that I set it. So not all of these steps are going to be necessary for you, but I'm just going to show you what I do and how I apply it. So please don't mind my hair. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you'll know that I'm doing the no poo shampoo and conditioner cleanse thing. So basically what you do is you use baking soda to cleanse your hair as a shampoo, and then you also use vinegar. You can use different kinds. I use apple cider vinegar because that's good for dandruff, and I have really bad dandruff. So I've been doing that, and for the next couple weeks my hair will kind of be under maintenance. So it's kind of just doing whatever it wants to do. I just pulled it back because the roots are like oversupplying oil right now, just to kind of balance everything out. So I'm going to be posting on my Instagram kind of like the update process of that, how it all turns out for me, all that good stuff. So if you're interested in seeing that, make sure to follow my Instagram account. I'll put that down below. Okay, so back to the review. My very first step that I do is I apply my primer. So I use the MAC Prep and Prime Yellow Radiance, and I also use the Evermatte Powerless Priming Perfector. So I use this like in my T-zone or on my nose or on my forehead, areas that it's going to get oily, to kind of stop that. And then I use this to basically just even out the rest of my skin because I do have a lot of redness, and with such a lightweight foundation, I'm going to want something that's going to cover up that redness. The next thing I use is my Skindinavia Oil Control Primer Spray. I just spray some of that after I put that primer on, and then I go ahead and start applying the foundation. So in the little clips that I'm going to put up here, you'll see that I do use my Sigma brush. Basically when I put this on, it is like a super liquidy consistency. It just got a little dropper here and it drops out like a liquid water. That sounded really gross, but I'm basically going to be showing you how I apply it, and then I'll be doing my full review at the end. So I'm just going to run through the steps really quickly, but after I apply my foundation, I do set it because it does really need to be set if someone has oily skin. It is very nourishing, and it is very moisturizing, so people with really dry skin would love this, and you wouldn't necessarily need to set it. But I did set it today, and I found that I really like it with this Smashbox Photo Filter Creamy Powder Foundation. So I use this. It just looks like this here. This is like a more medium coverage foundation, so I do like a little bit of that extra coverage, and it also kind of evens everything out, so it's really, really nice. That's basically all the items that I use on my face. The last thing I'll do when I'm done setting it with the powder and everything, when I do like some bronzer, contour, highlight, all that good stuff, I'll basically set it with the Skindinavia finishing spray. I use the oil control. I bounce back and forth between the oil control and the regular one. I haven't seen a huge difference, but I go ahead and go with the oil control with foundations like this, and ones that are more matte, I'll just use the regular spray. So I've really been loving the Skindinavia one, and it works really well with the MAC Waterweight foundation. Okay, so now for the review part of this video. Basically, my favorite thing about this is that it's so lightweight, but it doesn't feel, it's a light coverage, but it doesn't feel like there's anything on the skin. Like, I don't feel like I have a cake face. It still has a pretty nice coverage. I do have a lot of discoloration, so that's why I use that redness primer. I do have, some areas that are rougher than others. I'll have some acne spots, and sometimes I'll just put a dot of concealer. I didn't have to today because I don't have any problem areas right now, but this is a really lightweight foundation. You can build it up. It's not like it's non-buildable or anything, so you can do a really sheer coverage to, like a light coverage. It's really, really beautiful. For people with dry skin, this would be a dream to work with because it is super nourishing and hydrating, like I've said probably 5 times already, but this is really cool, and it does have SPF 30, so it'd be really good if you're going out by the pool, if you're going to be in the sun all day, anything like that. I haven't found that it has a super bad flashback or anything like that, so this one's been it's been really good to me actually. I didn't really expect much when the girl tried it on me. She didn't set it with as heavy as a powder as I did, and I like it with a heavier powder because I am oily, but for you guys with dry skin, this would be so good. I really, really like this foundation. There's only so many things I can say. It did come in, I'm actually in the cool color. I usually wear an NW, which is like neutral warm, and I'm actually in an NC15 in this color. So this is a little bit different color scheme, I would say, than the other one, so I definitely would get your color checked before you buy it. But it is pretty great, and it does come with 1 fluid ounce, so it's not any different than your typical foundation. It does have this cool glass. It's got the frosted glass, and like I showed you before, it's got this cool little dropper too, so it makes it pretty easy to apply it to your blush or your hands or whatever you want to do. So this is a pretty good foundation. I do recommend it to everyone out there. Even if you have oily skin, there is a way to figure out how to make it work for you, and it's been working for me. I usually wear full coverage foundations, so to have something that's so light coverage, so lightweight on the skin is like a dream come true, and I'm really loving this. So you guys should give it a try if you don't want to buy the full size, because I believe this was like $32 or something. So for a MAC foundation, usually they're like $26, $27. They're usually about the same price as the Clinique ones. So this one was kind of expensive, and I was kind of shocked whenever they rang it up, but it's still a really good foundation. I would repurchase it, so I highly recommend this guy, and get a sample, try it out. It's pretty awesome. So that's all I have to say about the MAC WaterWeight foundation. I'm really loving it. I have it on today, as you can see in the little clips, and I am currently in the process of, well, actually I just moved. So I moved about 5 days ago. The background is totally different. It's really boring and plain, but this is what I have to work with right now. I don't have a lot of lighting in my new room, although I do have a lot of storage area, so that's a blessing. So I'm kind of working with my ring light, which I've got set up over here, and I'm just making it work. I wanted to make sure that I could get some content up, and if you guys have any suggestions of what I can put in my background, I want to get like a little table that I can put my candle on, because I have my candle like on the other side of the room, and I just want to get like a little decorative table, maybe put up like a backdrop, something cool. If you guys have any ideas, let me know down below. If you guys have tried out this foundation, let me know how you like it, and if you have any special tips for people with oily skin or for people with dry skin, just comment it down below. I look forward to seeing you guys on my next video. Bye!